Hey guys, welcome back. So today we'll be finding the area of a triangle. Remember, when you are finding the area of a triangle, you are finding the area of the space inside the triangle. And your formula is going to be A equals 1/2 B, which is your base, times your height, which is H here. Or you might see A equals 1/2 times your base times your height, or you might even see A equals BH, your base times height, that's going to be over 2. So these are all the same formulas, just written in different ways. And you can use this formula when you are looking for the area of any triangle. All right. Now let's do a quick review before we look at some examples. So if you needed to solve 1/2 times 10, how would you solve this example here? 1/2 times 10. Remember, when you are multiplying fractions, you have your imaginary 1 here, you can multiply across. So your numerator, 1 times 10, this is going to be 10. And then your denominator, 2 times 1, this is going to be 2. So 10 divided by 2, this is going to equal 5. So your final answer here in this example is 5. Let's say you had 1/2 times 16. How would you solve this here? If you multiply your numerator, 1 times 16, this is going to be 16. And then your denominator, 2 times your imaginary 1 here, this is going to be 2. So 16 divided by 2, this is going to equal 8. So your final answer here is 8. Now let's look at 1/2 times 24. So your numerator, 1 times 24 is going to be 24. And then your denominator, imaginary 1 here, 2 times 1, this is going to be 2. So 24 divided by 2, this is going to equal 12. So your final answer here is 12. What about 1/2 times 2.4? Numerator, 1 times 2.4, this is going to equal 2.4. And then your denominator, 2 times your 1, this is going to equal 2. So 2.4 divided by 2, this is going to equal 1.2. And this is your final answer. What about 1/2 times 3 times 4? How would you solve this one here? So we're going to solve our parentheses first. So we have 1/2 times, inside my parentheses, you do have 12. So this is going to be 1 times 12 in your numerator. This is going to be 12. And then your denominator, your imaginary 1 here, 2 times 1, this is going to be 2. So you have 12 divided by 2. This is going to equal 6. So your final answer here is 6. So these quick examples that we just did is going to be the same thing you are going to do here when you are plugging in your numbers for your formula here. So let's look at this example here. We have our triangle. Our height is 10 inches and then our base is 8 inches. Your height in a triangle is also known as the altitude, and I'll put a note here. So now we're going to plug these numbers into our formula. So we have A equals 1/2. My base here is going to be 8. And then my height or my altitude is going to be 10. Now we're going to multiply. A equals 1/2. You have 8 times 10. This is going to equal 80. Now your numerator, remember you have your imaginary 1 here. So your numerator, you have 1 times 80. This is going to be 80. And then your denominator, 2 times 1, this is going to be 2. So now we have A equals 80 divided by 2. This is going to equal 40. So your final answer here is 40 square inches. Let's say your base here was 4 inches, and then your height here was 1 inch. So we're going to plug it into our formula. So we have A equals 1/2 times your base. Your base is 4, and then your height is going to be 1. Now we're going to multiply. So you have A equals 1/2. 4 times 1, this is going to be 4. And now we're going to multiply across. Remember, when you're multiplying fractions, you just multiply across. You have your imaginary 1 here. So we have 1 times 4 in my numerator. This is going to equal 4. And then your denominator, 2 times 1, this is going to equal 2. So your answer here, you have 4 divided by 2. This is going to equal 2. So your final answer here is 2 square inches. Let's look at this example here. We have A equals 1/2 times your base. My base here is 5. And then my height here is going to be 10. So now we're going to multiply. We have 1/2 here. 5 times 10, this is going to be 50. And now we're going to continue multiplying. My numerator, you have 50 times 1 in your numerator. This is going to be 50. And then your denominator is going to be 2 times your imaginary 1 here. That's going to be 2. So 50 divided by 2, this is going to equal 25. So your final answer here is going to be 25 square centimeters. What if your height here was 4 inches and then your base here was 3 inches? We're going to plug it into our formula. So we have A equals 1/2. Your base is 3 and then your height here is 4. 3 times 4, this is going to equal 12. So we have A equals 1/2. And then you have 3 times 4, that's 12. And now you're going to continue multiplying. So your numerator, you have 1 times 12. This is going to be 12. And then here, don't forget, imaginary 1 here, yet you're multiplying. That's going to be 2 times 1. That's going to equal 2. And now when you divide 12 divided by 2, this is going to equal 6. So your area here is going to be 6 square inches. Let's look at this example here. So you have your area, A, equals 1/2. Your base here is going to be 7. And then your height here is going to be 3. So now we're going to multiply. So you have A equals 1/2. 7 times 3, this is going to equal 21. And now we're going to continue multiplying. So we have A equals 1 times 21. That's going to be 21 in your numerator. And then your denominator, you have your imaginary 1 here. So 2 times 1, this is going to be 2. So you have 21 divided by 2. Your final answer here is going to be 10.5 square meters. Let's look at this example here. So we have A equals 1/2. My base here is going to be 12. And then my height here is going to be 8. So 12 times 8, this is going to equal 96. So we have A equals 1/2 and we have 96 here. So then I'm going to use my numerator. 1 times 96 is going to be 96. And then 2 times your imaginary 1 under is going to be 2. So you have 96 divided by 2. This is going to equal 48 square feet. Let's look at this example here. We have A equals 1/2. Your base is 14. And then your height here is going to be 5. So when we multiply 14 times 5, this is going to equal 70. So you have A equals 1/2 times 70. We're going to multiply our numerator. So your numerator, you have 70 because 1 times 70 here. And then here you have 2 times 1. This is going to equal 2. So 70 divided by 2, this is going to equal 35. So your final answer here is 35 square inches. So let's say for an example that your base here is going to be 10 centimeters, and then your height is going to be 4 centimeters, and you needed to find the area. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to plug it into our formula. So A equals 1/2 base times height. So A is going to equal 1/2. Your base we said was 10, and then your height we said was 4. So we're going to multiply 10 times 4. So you have 1/2, and then 10 times 4 is going to be 40. And your numerator, you're going to have 1 times 40. This is going to be 40. And then your denominator 2 times your imaginary 1 here is going to be 2. And then your area here is going to be 40 divided by 2. This is going to equal 20. So your final answer will be 20 square centimeters. What if your base was 6 meters and your height was also 6 meters and you need to find the area? We're going to do A equals 1/2. Your base is 6. Your height is also 6. 6 times 6 is going to be 36. So we have 1/2 times 36. And 36 divided by 2 is what we're going to have here because our numerator is going to be 36. 1 times 36 is 36. And then your denominator here is going to be 2. 2 times 1 is 2. So your area here is going to be 18 square meters. And don't forget, guys, yes, you can always check your answer and check your work to make sure you have it correct. So for an example, since my area is 18, if I do 18 equals 1/2 times my base of 6 and times my height of 6, 6 times 6 here is going to be 36. So we have 18 equals 1/2. 6 times 6, we said it was 36. And then 1/2 of 36 is going to equal 18. But let me show you. Your numerator is going to be 36. And then your denominator is going to be 2. When you divide 36 divided by 2, just like we did here, and then you'll see here that 18 equals 18. So we know, yes, we do have the correct answer. What if your base was 7 yards and then your height was 11 yards? So we're going to go ahead and plug it in. So we have 1/2. Your base is 7 and your height is 11. So you have A equals 1/2 times 7 times 11 is going to be 77. Now we're going to take half of that 77. So A equals, your numerator is going to be, remember we're multiplying here, is going to be 77. And then your denominator here, 2 times 1 is going to be 2. So your area here, if you do 77 divided by 2, this is going to equal 38.5. If you wanted to check your work, so let's check this. We said our area is 38.5, and then we have equals our 1/2, and then your base is 7, and then your height is 11. So we have 38.5 equals 1/2, 7 times 11, this is going to be 77. Your numerator is going to be 77, and then your denominator is going to be 2. Remember, we multiplied here. And then if we divide 77 divided by 2, just like we did here, you are going to get 38.5 equals 38.5, and this is the correct answer. What about if your base was 3 1/2 and then your height was 2? So we'll say these are yards here. All right, so now we need to find the area as normal. So A equals 1/2. Your base is going to be 3 1/2. And then your height here is going to be 2. Now we're going to multiply. Before we do anything, we are going to convert our mixed fraction here into an improper fraction. So if I have 3 1/2 and I turn it into an improper fraction, 3 times 2 is 6. 6 plus 1 is going to be 7. So your improper fraction here is going to be 7/2. So if I rewrite this, we have 1/2, and then we have 7/2 here, and then we have times 2 here. Now, we're going to, remember we talked about when you're multiplying fractions, it's the same thing that we have here. So I am going to put my imaginary 1 right under this 2, and I'm going to multiply. So you have A equals 1/2, 7/2 times 2/1. This is going to equal 14/2. Remember, we're just multiplying across. So now you have A equals 1/2. Inside your parentheses here, 14 divided by 2. This is going to equal 7. Your numerator here is going to be 7. That's going to be over 2. Remember, we multiply top and bottom. And you have your imaginary 1 here. So now you have 7 divided by 2. this is going to equal 3.5 square yards. And if you wanted to check your work, let's go right here. So we have 3.5 is our area, equals 1/2, 3 and 1/2, and then times 2. So we have 3.5 equals 1/2. And remember, we turned this into an improper fraction. So this is going to be 7/2 times 2. And then we have 3.5 equals 1/2. 7/2 times 2. This is going to equal 14/2. And then 3.5 equals 1/2. 14/2 equals 7. And then 3.5 equals 7/2 if we're going to multiply across. And then 7/2 equals 3.5. So you have 3.5 equals 3.5. So this is the correct answer. If you were to check your work, you would do this. And then if you were to solve your problem here, you would go this way. All right, so that is all for today, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.